everybody, my name is Marimar. Welcome to Flowers of the Sea. Today I'm gonna show you the plants that I got in the month of July 2020. So I've got a lot of pink this month and just one purple plant. So this is an epicea. This is an epicea, and the variety, I'm not really sure about the name of the variety, but I love these leaves. This leaf is like pink and it has like a silvery center, and then the edges are very black, very dark, and somehow this plant reminds me like of a cheetah pattern. Like in the edges it looks like a leopard, cheetah. It's very beautiful. This is the one of the two epicedias that I got this month because I was watching a Russian plant channel called Allusion. The YouTuber from that channel, Arina, she has a gorgeous epicea collection, and I was like, I've never seen epicedias before, and supposedly these plants have to trail or kind of hang, so we're gonna see how this plant does. So this is an epicea, and I refer to this plant as my pink cheetah epicea. So this is one of the epicedias. So now we have the first epicea that I got this month. This plant, I ordered this plant the last week of June, and I received it the first week of July, and it's like a hot pink color. It's very silvery, super beautiful. Oh my goodness, I'm in love with this plant so far. This is my favorite purchase of the month. So when I first received the plant, it had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 leaves, the ones that are at the bottom, and in 1 month it produced 1, 2, 3, and these 2 pops. So this epicea grows so fast and I love it. So the plant supposedly starts growing kind of like these mini plants from the stems. Let me see if I can focus. From here, and then this plant is gonna do the same from here, and then the same and the same. So it's like a very special hanging pattern, I will say. I honestly have never seen a full-grown epicea before. They're not very popular here in the United States, so this is a first time for me seeing this plant grow. I cannot find much information about epicedias in English or Spanish plant channels, so I will have to grow these 2 epicedias simply by trial and error. I think like these epicedia's leaves are very large and this is kind of small, but both of them are gorgeous. And this epicea is called Strawberry Patch. I got both of them on auction on eBay because, as I said, they're very uncommon. I don't want to say rare, they're not rare, they're just not popular houseplants. So since the demand is very low, there are not many sellers, I will say. So I kind of am very lucky that I got the both pink that I've got. But I remember seeing one epicea in Arina's channel, her Russian channel, and she has one that it's kind of like a rainbow pattern, and the leaves have that cheetah kind of veining, and I'm in love with that variety. I don't know the name of the variety because she never mentions it, and I haven't seen it on eBay or Etsy or any of the other platforms where I see epicedias, but hopefully I will catch one of those kind of rainbow epicedias because that's like, wow, that's gorgeous. So this is my first epicea, and oh my goodness, that silvery pink just has me like, wow. As you can see, as the leaves get older, they get darker, but wow, isn't this worth it, you guys? So pretty, I love it. Okay, so I also got this Begonia Reds, and it's also kind of pink purple color. I already have a Begonia Reds that has similar colors to this, but these leaves are more kind of round. Like the other Begonia that I have is very like drop shaped, like a triangle, and these are kind of small. So this plant hasn't done well for me. I've got it about 3 weeks ago, and the plant was probably working on the root system. Please excuse my dirty nails, but I had an accident with this plant just minutes before starting recording the video, in which all the soil, I kind of knocked the planter, and since the roots aren't attached to the soil, of course I spoiled the dirt, and I was trying to put it back. So the roots are still working on growing, and I'll see how this pink Begonia Red does. I got this at Lowe's, so I don't know the variety. And Begonia Reds, oh my goodness, it's so hard to identify the varieties because people online aren't very good at putting the names of the varieties. So if anybody knows the variety, put it in the comments. I will highly appreciate it. So yes, this is my first, the only Begonia that I've got this month, and the second one with kind of pink purple silver kind of tone. So yeah, this is Begonia Red. Okay, so this is a pink Syngonium. This is Syngonium very Allusion. And I have seen this Syngonium on several occasions on both Lowe's and Home Depot, but it was always with kind of planter arrangements, you know. It was like a secondary piece of a big plant, and I wanted like the single plant, and I got this for like $5, I think, with taxes, $4.99, something like that. And the plant is green, like light green, and the center has like a pink vein. And it's so cute, so pretty. This plant has done wonderful. I got this at the same time that I've got my pink Begonia. I got both of them at the same time. And this plant, this very Allusion Syngonium, I propagated it twice. So I took 2 cuttings from the plant, and one is currently growing in water culture, and the other one is in one of my cactus planters along with a pink Fittonia. Let me show you those two. So this is one of the cuttings. It's growing in water culture. I put it in this candle holder, and it's doing very well. And right here is growing a brand new leaf, the first leaf that it has grown since ever being in water. So this plant so far is liking it here, and I'm gonna keep it there because on my desk I only had plants in water culture. So I was like, why not, since this Syngonium looks so pretty. And this is a very Allusion that I put in water culture. I also got this cactus container last month, and I put a pink Fittonia and one of the Syngonium cuttings there, and I can see that this plant is very dry, so I need to water this. However, since this is a planter without holes, about this area I know the roots are about here, and all of this is wet. So I don't want to overwater and kind of force the plants to make their roots grow deeper down here. So I'm gonna wait another week until I water this plant. But yeah, I got the second cutting and this kind of cactus arrangement. So cute. And now one of the biggest plants that I've got this month. The last 3 plants that I'm gonna show you are the largest plants that I've got. So this big thing that I cannot even frame is a Hoya Carnosa. So when I first saw this plant, I was a Hoya. I'm not really into Hoyas, and I was thinking, are those pink stems? Are those vines pink? And I kind of got near the plant, and indeed the veins are pink. And I was like, oh my goodness, that's so pretty. And I kind of kept looking at other vines, and they are also pink. And back then the leaves weren't pink like this. Like right now the newest leaves kind of look pink, but when I first got the plant it wasn't like that. It was only like this white variegation. And what got me into buying the plant were of course the pink stem. And I was like, okay, I guess I'll buy my first Hoya. So this plant, as you can see, is very large, very mature. The tag said it was a Hoya Carnosa Rubra, and I kept seeing the name Crimson Princess, but the Crimson Princess pictures that I was seeing online had pink lips and mine didn't. So I thought, well, maybe it's not the same variety. But if you can confirm, if anybody is a Hoya expert or Hoya enthusiast, please let me know if the Hoya Carnosa Rubra and the Hoya Crimson Princess is the same. I think it is, however I cannot confirm. So if you know, please let me know. I know the Hoyas grow very slow, so I think I kind of hit the jackpot with this plant, to be honest. I can recognize that it's a very large plant, and as I always do, I always have this instinct to shop the plant, like take cuttings and propagate it. I love propagating plants. I love having multiples of the same plant. And I kind of was like, no, this plant isn't like a pothos. It doesn't grow very fast. Don't do it. Don't cut it. And for 2 weeks I was like, I'm just gonna take a cutting from the back. So I was like, maybe I'll just take a cutting like this one and I'm gonna propagate this. But I was like, no. So these two, this one and this one, were 2 large cuttings that were at the back. And I was like, I'm gonna cut them. And I was like, you know what, I'm not gonna cut it, this hanger, and I'm gonna trail the cuttings going upwards. So I painted the hanger pink. This came in the classic brown colored nursery pot from Costa Farms, and I painted it pink. I kind of put the longest vines on the back hanging upwards, because some people do that and I think it looks really nice. Actually, whenever I see a hanging plant, I always get rid of this thing. But now I was like, no, I'm gonna keep it, and I'm gonna keep the longest stem on the back, and I'm gonna make a trail, and I think it looks really good. So this is this large Hoya Carnosa Rubra, and the leaves are very thick, and I think this is like a succulent plant. So it confuses me, you know, because I think maybe I should water there, but then the leaves are very thick, so maybe it's storing water inside the leaves, and if I overwater, maybe the plant's not gonna like it. And since this is my first Hoya ever, I'm like, oh goodness, I don't know what to do. So if any Hoya fans are here, if you have some tips for Hoyas, because I really don't know. So this is Hoya Carnosa Rubra. Some people say it's Hoya Crimson Princess. So this is this plant. So this plant is also one of my favorites. This plant doesn't fit in frame either, because it's a hanging plant. And so you know, this plant, I've got it at the same time that I've got the Hoya Carnosa, and this is a Ifragastulonifera. Isn't that kind of Italian? It sounds very Italian to me. Ifragastulonifera. And this plant is looking from the back, because what I want to show you is that this plant has underneath silver pinkish color. So I have this plant near a window, and all the leaves are facing that way. So this is kind of like the image that the plant gives me. So all the green is facing towards the window, and I can see all of the pink, which is what I like the most. So this plant grows like a spider plant, in which it kind of puts stems, and then the stems grow mini plants, and then you put the mini plants on soil and you can propagate the plant. So this plant is like a begonia strawberry, something like that. I don't remember the popular name, but what got me to buy this plant is of course those pink underside. It's beautiful. I love it. And the baby plants are so freaking adorable. I mean, look at this. Wow, so pretty. Oh goodness, so pretty. So I also wanted to paint the container pink because it came in the brown nursery container from Costa Farms, and unfortunately a lot of the baby plants kind of drop, and because this plant is very fragile, I got this like for 2 days outside in my patio, and it was dropping a lot of these baby plants. I kind of realized that this plant doesn't like the wind, and I put it inside and it has done so great ever since. And all of the other baby plants that fell, I started propagating them. So this is kind of how the plant looks on the front, which is actually facing the window, and it's very green. And all the baby plants are so cute. It's like a miniature version of the big plant. That's what I said. This Ifragastulonifera grows like a spider plant. And meanwhile, I can enjoy the pink from the back. And I'm gonna show you the propagation. So unlike my other plants, this propagation was unintended. I did not plan to cut the baby plants. I like the way the baby plants hang. But all of this fell when I was trying to paint the container pink, or because of the wind. So I put them in this nursery pot, and most of them are doing okay. It has only been about 3 weeks, so I don't expect to see any grow. The cuttings are just trying to focus on the roots, and I'll think this will take a long time, but so far so good. And this is my Ifragastulonifera. So cute, so pretty. Oh my goodness, I love this plant. I mean, look at that pink. Whoa, this is kind of one view that I've got from the place that I'm growing it. Maybe I'll cut this leaf. So I'm still learning about this plant because it's also very unpopular, but I love it. So the last plant that I've got this month, it is this passion purple or purple passion vine. The name of the plant, I do not remember the exact name. I think it's a Ginura aurantica. I got one of this last month, and unfortunately the plant is not doing okay. So I've got myself another one, and these were actually 3 plants, 3 separate cuttings, and I put them all in a single plant. And I kept one of the hangers painted it pink, of course. And this is also a recycled pot. And this plant, of course, is doing much better than the other one. Let me see if I can show you with light how this plant looks, because it's so pretty. So this plant has very beautiful kind of purple hairs on the leaves, and they look purple just when the plant is in a certain angle. Otherwise it looks very green. I'm trying to figure out how to kind of get a grow light or something that kind of makes the purple stand out, because otherwise the plant looks very green. It is not that I don't like green. Of course I love green, but the purple is something that I would like to intensify. So this is my Ginura aurantica, and it's so pretty. The undersides are of course purple. It kind of looks like bat wings. So this is a Ginura aurantica or passion purple vine. So pretty.